Good morning, everybody. It's Mr. Ed, sitting here in my dining room again. So, welcome home. Or I should say, you're welcoming into your home, so thank you. Today I thought we'd start talking about paper toys. Everybody should have gotten in their kits that I sent you a kit that includes papers like this and a whole bunch of other stuff, cereal box board. Well, today is going to be the first part for us to start to think about what we're going to make together. So I want you to think first of all about those things that go spinning through your mind, those characters that you think about, draw all the time, play on video games. In our classroom, there's certain characters that we keep coming back to. Sonic comes to mind. There are lots of others. There are lots of really, really talented people who love to draw, who maybe invent characters, boys or girls who like to draw animals. Well, all through time, people have been inventing characters and letting their imaginations spark, stories and games and dolls and sculptures and all kinds of things. So I want to show you a couple of the examples of the finished paper toys that I've made or that people close to me have made. So I have this box that I keep, a nice little shoe box, right? And inside are some of the treasures that I've made. Some of them I was just messing around with, trying to see what I could make. So this is a character that I made with one of these models here. Okay. Actually, I think this one is, I've got two shapes here. I've got a little pyramid here on the top. This is a character that is kind of a two-faced character. One of them is young, and one of them is very old. Okay. And he has got two shapes that are weighted. And let me turn this around. I'm going to turn this over for a sec. And I'll put him on the table. And he rolls around. You can either go like this, or he rolls around and you can go like this. Oh, I suppose he needs to go like this, right? Okay. And he's got these arms that could flip him, so he can do somersaults. Okay. Here's another one. He is kind of a frog monster, much bigger shapes. And he has got a cube and a half cylinder. And I've made a hinge for these. And you can open up his mouth. So you can be kind of a monster. He's kind of a frog monster. He's got swivel arms. So you can hold like this. And he's got a foot, a little springy foot. Okay, because he's a frog, so he can hop. Trouble is, he doesn't stand too well. You can tell that this was made out of a piece of a cereal box. Okay. Frogman. Okay. There's another guy. Here's one that I've made recently. Can you tell what this guy is? Give up? It's a zombie. Angle this up a little bit. He still stands a little bit. Here's a little story. I'm kind of freaked out about zombies. I can't watch them. There are zombie shows, Walking Dead. I can't watch them. They're too scary for me. I don't know what it is. I think the idea of people getting sick and turning into zombies. And then they're not like human anymore, and that scares me. And I thought one way to help conquer your fear is to make a toy or a doll about it. So I decided to make a zombie doll. And he's got two cubes, and he's also got kind of a springy neck. His head kind of lolls around. Let me hold it like this. All right. There we go. And because zombies, they don't walk too well, you can see some of his bones there. And he's got swivel arms too. And some of his bones show through. And what does he do? He walks around going, Brains. Brains. Kind of creepy, but kind of cute. Okay, that's a zombie. But I've saved not just mine, but some things that other people have made. One of my kids made this box when I did a summer class. He made this wonderful top secret box. You can't tell anybody about it. But he made something I thought was pretty cool. He was really interested in Spider-Man at the time, and so he made this guy. He's one of Spider-Man's enemies, right? He's like a scientist, lizard, alligator guy. I can't remember his name. Some of my friends will know. And he got the hang of making these cube shapes, and he's got a hinge that opens up, and he's got a swivel too, so his head can turn. He even invented some of these shapes, like this arm that can go like this. Because it's paper, though, it eventually rips. Yeah, he's got a tail here. Maybe it's Doc Croc. Maybe that was it. I thought this is pretty awesome. Now, I mentioned Sonic, right? There are those characters that really spark our imagination. I want you to spend some time. Get your notebook, if you don't mind, okay? Your notebook, I think I gave that from your EDL packet, or a piece of paper, something that you can write on. Can you do that for me, please? And while you're doing that, I'm going to write this at the top. Okay, go ahead. You can press pause. Okay, ready? Okay. So what I want you to do is to write this at the top of your notebook, okay, of your paper. Character types. Character types. And I want you to think, what are those kinds of characters that are really interesting? Okay? You think about that for a bit. Press pause and start to write them down. Go ahead. I'm going to sit here and write too. Go like this. Write some ideas down. Okay, you done? Good. Here's my list. Character types. I'll show this up here. So I was thinking about cowboy, okay? When I was a kid, people played cowboys a lot more. Ninja. How about ninjas? You like ninjas? Like ninjas. Dog and cat. It could be one, could be the other. Dog or cat, whatever you like. Model. Somebody who's really pretty or really handsome. Space alien. Zombie. Scientist or an inventor. Robot. How about a singer? I suppose singer could be the same as a model. Sometimes they're the same, right? How about explorer? Somebody who goes around the world. Somebody who goes exploring in space. Could be an astronaut. Could be an underwater diver. Somebody who likes to explore places. You always see things with whiskers. How about characters that have whiskers? A fox, raccoon, bear. Or what about sorcerer? Somebody with magic finger powers, right? That's my list. Okay. What about yours? What's in your list? What are the kinds of characters that get you really interested? The kinds of characters that you like to play with. You can't come up with Sonic the Hedgehog. He's already been made. But you know what? Somebody had to come up with that idea of a hedgehog that could run really fast. And I know some of my friends are saying he can't just run really fast. He can, and you're going to tell me more. But remember, whoever came up with the idea of Sonic had to take two ideas and put them together to make them more interesting. Okay? There are lots of examples of that. So I was thinking about some other characters that I knew. And I just thought of another one too. Okay? A raccoon. And he is okay, I'm just thinking of one to add to my list. So I just talked about Sonic as someone who is a hedgehog who is a fast runner. Okay, I'm not really doing him justice, but you get the idea. What about a turtle plus a ninja? Who came up with that idea? Whoever came up with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came up with that idea, right? They're not just turtles, they're Ninja Turtles. That makes them so much more interesting, right? Right. How about when I was a kid, when I was about 8 years old, there was this movie came out called Star Wars. Raise your hand if you've heard of Star Wars, right? Everybody's heard of Star Wars. Well, did you know that the writers who came up with Star Wars were combining lots of different ideas? So, for example, there's a character who's a pilot, and he's a sword fighter. Really, he fights with lightsabers, but it's the same thing. He's a sword fighter, and he's a pilot, and that was Luke Skywalker. Or somebody who had magic finger powers, who could make things levitate, and he could choke the people he didn't like and do things like that. A sorcerer, and he was a Nazi, and his name was Darth Vader. Do you know that guy, Darth Vader? Oh, he's bad. You know how he's got the black cape and the black helmet, and he goes, Luke, I am your father. Oh, I gave it away. Darth Vader is a combination of different types that were in the author's imagination. Okay? N-A-Z-I. Do you know what that means? Those were bad people who tried to kill an entire group of people and almost succeeded in killing all the Jewish people in the world. They were bad. Darth Vader, his image, the shape of his helmet, was designed after a certain kind of soldier in the 1940s. Anyway, so he was a combination of two things. How about Harry Potter? Who knows about Harry Potter? Raise your hand if you know Harry Potter. You know Harry Potter? Okay. Well, there's this character in Harry Potter who is a combination of a sorcerer and a snake. You know the character's name? Lord Voldemort. Don't say his name. He's really bad too. And what I was just writing down was this character from, okay, you ever see Guardians of the Galaxy? Have you seen that? He's a comic book character and he became on the movies, but he's a combination of a raccoon and he's some kind of a space fighter, okay? And the character's name is Rocket. Isn't it Rocket? I think it's Rocket. Anyway, the thing is, these characters are a combination of different things, okay? I want you to make that list of characters that really spark your imagination, because those are going to inform what you're going to make and what we're going to make together. So, I hope somewhere around here, oh yeah, I made, from a kit that I have, a cube, right? I glued some special papers on it, and I put rice in it, and I'm going to make a dice out of it. And I have another one here, too. So I came up with a list of 12 types, character types. You know what I did? I put them on little sticky notes, like this. Okay? And what you're going to help me do right now is you're going to help me design a character. So what I've done, I'm going to take some of these sticky notes here. Zombie. I've already done him, but you know what? I'm going to put this on this cube like this. Zombie. Inventor. And space alien. And sorcerer. Okay, now I have got a character cube. Okay, I'm going to put that one aside, but because I came up with 12, I'm going to combine the two of them. So I'm going to put those on this sticky note, on this cube. A model. A robot. An explorer. A fox, because I picked fox out of those three. And a dog. I said dog or cat. I think we'll start with dog. Everybody loves dogs. Okay, so I've got two cubes. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick them. Okay, ready? Here we go. Oh, yes. I've got sorcerer came up on top. So I'm going to put a star on my list that says sorcerer, okay? All right. Drum roll, please. Can you go like this? Okay, now I'm going to take my other second dice. And I'm going to see what kind of a sorcerer he's going to be, okay? Or she. Could be a she. This one is just going to go kerflump because it doesn't really roll, okay? Ready? Here we go. Ooh. A sorcerer explorer. Ooh. So mine is going to be someone who explores space, mountains, oceans. I haven't decided yet. And he's got magic powers. Or she. I'll have to figure out if it's going to be a boy or a girl. Okay. An explorer, sorcerer. And I'm going to be thinking about that for a while, and I'm going to start to make some drawings. Okay? Could you do something like that? See if you can come up with a list of 12 different character types, and I want to see what you pick. Okay? Maybe you'll do the same thing. Come up with 2 that you can combine and put them together. A sorcerer who goes exploring. Okay, we'll work on that next.